Not so much space between us.
There's 4 or 5 chairs up here.
Yeah. We would just take questions basically and then cover whatever you guys are interested in and whatever we can cover.
I would love to know more about making longer time signatures group and holding them, like taking on meter times, tricky timings, and like for me, I can understand 5, 7s, and 11s like with a really rigid, like knowing where the downbeat is, but to really fill in and play with it, it's difficult. So wondering when it was simple. Yeah.
Odd meters and how to create longer cycles and how to make them breathe and flow.
Yeah.
System. Do you know about Kanako, guys?
Good.
Yeah, some know. And I don't know about classical Kanako. In its classical.
Whoa! So stop.
Wasn't me. Okay, so I just discovered the idea behind this Kanako. I never studied. I just was listening a lot to these people, Indian people, doing this funky stuff, and I realized that they invented something really genius. Like they have this trick to learn rhythms, which is very opposite for what we used to. Like invest your body first, like just really, really let this mantra go deep in your body, and then you can your fingers just following this internal rhythm. You understand, right?
Yeah.
So that's for me the most comfortable way to approach all time signatures. You first I live in that time signature. Even if I don't play, I just maybe wash dishes or I walk or something like this, but I do it in 7/8 or 11/8, you know. Because this rhythm is inside you. This mantra is stuck in your mind. And it's really fun. It's really fun to elaborate on it also and stuff like this. After that, you even don't know their system, their canonical system, classical way, but you use trick right away. We just use that trick. You can just also analyze a lot of music like that. You hear some canonical out of it, like this mantra of the cycle. And then you understand by your body what's going on there. Not by the brain. That's what I do also. When I hear music, I analyze it. So that's approach also.
Okay. So the way this relates is in a 7/8 rhythm you have 7/8 notes, right? That means if you have a well, takite, di, mi, 3 plus 4. Those are your 8th or your 16th notes, depending on the tempo you play. So the second number just relates basically to your subdivision. And then if you want to add the break, as Vlad said, it's also it's not such a big deal. I would say the most common ones are either you play like 2 and 2, 2 strokes right, 2 strokes left, or you play 1 stroke right, 2 strokes left. And then it's about how you group these and how you relate them to the timing. Maybe I talk about the one based on an Indian concept. So in Indian tabla playing, you have an asymmetric setup, which means your right hand really does a lot of work and the left hand plays only the bass only. And with most of the tabla rolls, your setup is you combine 2 strokes with your right hand in different combinations with 1 stroke with your left hand.
much more of a Kanjira technique in the sense that you're really striking more with the top of the hand and not in the central knuckle as much. And I noticed the placement of the thumb is really important for stabilizing the other two fingers when you're making that roll. You want your thumb in tight. He has his thumb kind of pulled up a little bit like this. With the Kanjira, it's out like this to get around the rim, but it's important to keep your thumb there to gain balance so that you can get this swing. And I noticed what he does, which is extremely Kanjira and not Tavo. Tavo uses more of the hand. Is that his middle finger is traveling a good distance when he's throwing his fingers. He's getting a lot more of his rotation instead of coming all the way from the wrist and his central focus being right here, like on the Tavos. The central focus to pivot is more in the center of his hand. And there's more motion coming out of his fingers than actual wrist motion, as you would in the Tavos, because the Tavos are always coming down and heavy into the drum, whereas Kanjira is more like handpan. You have to come off of it if you're trying to play open strokes or wet strokes to make it sound right, whereas the Tavo has more combination.
Single piece of wood, long wood, and I always was loving this sound, but it's very uncomfortable to travel with this instrument because it's long, it's fragile. You cannot really ship it, like check it in or something like this. It's like 2 meters, something like this. So I met one guy, his name is Max Brugger, and he was a master of this piano. Very fixed, because it's heavy, you have to like be like that, and it's very steady. So, because it's heavy wood, and this one is just, it's very, very light. So, I had an idea of this cause because Fuyara is usually 3-knot overtone flute. You can see three holes here. So it's